Welcome back. In this session, let us understand an important term in the computer system which is called an overflow. Let us understand this term overflow in a precise manner. Do not coming to the conclusions before the complete session is finished. What is overflow? When overflow exactly occurs? Let me explain you. For this, let me take two registers in the computer system which is of just 4 bit. Generally, the register must be is equal to 8 bits, but in order to demonstrate it, I'm just taking a 4-bit register. I'm assuming that there is a register which is equal to 4 bit. So I'm taking two 4-bit registers. So these are two 4-bit registers which has some value. Now, there are two things that you may need to perform. One is addition and one more is subtraction. As you already have seen how subtraction is going to be performed, somehow or the other, we understood that subtraction is also some form of addition, right? So here, the problem is the size of a register. In a computer system, the size of a register is always finite, okay? Now, this register, when it has a value, it may have a sign. That is, the initial digit, the most significant digit is going to represent a sign. The sign digit could be either 0 or 1, saying that the corresponding value could be either positive or negative, right? 0 represents positive, 1 represents negative. Here, when you perform an operation on the values of two registers, the result may be exceeding the size of the register. That is, when you add two 4-bit values, the result should be just within 4 bits. But sometimes what we may get is, we may get a value which is exceeding this 4 bit. That is, the result may be 5 bits. That means that we got an end carry, right? I'm not talking about this end carry as an overflow. I'm not referring to this end carry as an overflow. There is something more about the overflow that is needed to be understood. Here, there are two 4-bit values needed to be added. When you add two 4 bits, the resultant may be a 5-bit value which cannot be accommodated within the 4 digits in the system, right? So for that, of course, generally every computer system is going to give you a provision to accommodate an overflow. In the simple computer systems, a register will be provided with some extended digit. Let us say I'm going to call this as an E digit. What is this E digit? This E digit is an, let us say, is going to accommodate any end carry. Let us have a look at. I'm just adding two values. That is, let us say 1001, 1010. This is -1 and this is -2. When you add these two values, the resultant must be within just 4 digits. So whenever we perform addition, what we do is, of course, the result, as you can clearly see, the sign will be equal to 1 and the result will be equal to 0, 1, 1. So the result will be equal to 1, 0, 1, 1, right? But sometimes what might happen, the result may produce an end carry. I will take an example. I'm adding two values, that is 0,111 and 0,111. 0,111 and 0,111. Here the problem is the result cannot be confined and accommodated within the just 4-bit register, 4-bit value. The result, as you can clearly see, the result will exceed the number of digits of a register. So when you add these two, what you will get? Generally, this is +7, +7. That is +7, +7. The result must be +14, right? Now see what we are going to get out of this. 1 + 1 is equal to 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? So here, what we got is, in the sign bit position, we got an end carry. And this sign bit will be transferred to the extended digit. I hope you got it. I told you that the register will be provided with an extended digit. In this extended digit, end carry will get accommodated, right? Here the problem is after the addition, as you can clearly see, the sign has been changed. This problem is considered to be the serious problem when you perform any arithmetic operation, because when you add two positive values, result should only be a positive value, right? But here, unfortunately, the result becomes a negative value, right? So what happens here? The 0 has been transferred to an extended digit and the sign has been reversed to 1. This is a serious problem whenever you perform what do you call an arithmetic operations. Once again, the problem statement: when you perform subtraction, either you perform a subtraction or you perform addition, result should be correct. Result should have a correct sign. In this case, result must be positive. But what we got in the sign digit, we have a negative value, right? The sign has been reversed. This is the actual sign representation of the entire value. The most significant digit is going to show a sign digit. But because of the addition, what happens? We got a carry into the sign digit. And the actual value of the sign has been transferred to this extended digit. So this is called overflow. What is overflow? Now you can understand it correctly. That is an unwanted reversal of sign, rather an accidental reversal of sign. Overflow is nothing but unwanted, rather undesired reversal of sign is overflow, which generally occurs when the result must be positive and if we got a negative value. Most of the times when we need to get a positive value and we got a negative value, we got an overflow. We are in a situation called overflow. How to detect this overflow? The overflow detection is very simple. What we need to do is, here I'll show you. The value is 0, 1, 1, 1. This is also 0, 1, 1, 1. So there is an extended digit. Here the result will be 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So as we got a 1 here and 0 is getting transferred to the extended digit, right? What we'll have to do is we need to XOR these two digits. We need to XOR these two digits. That is an incoming carry into the sign digits and outgoing carry to the extended digits. If both of these values are different, then we got a situation called overflow. If both are different, as you can clearly see, signs will get reversed, right? So what we'll do is we will connect end carry into the sign digit and out carry from the sign digit to the extended digit to an XOR gate. If both are different, because here we got 1, here we got 0, XOR gate output will show you 1, which means that sign has been reversed, right? Because when these two values are different, sign will be reversed, right? So as the sign get reversed, XOR gate output will show you if we have a situation of overflow, that is sign is getting reversed. If both are, this is also 0, this is also 0, then we don't have any problem. XOR gate output will be equal to 0, meaning sign is not getting reversed at all. Sign reversal is the biggest problem. Sign reversal is called overflow. It generally occurs when we try to add two positive values and the result is a negative value. So that can be detected by using an XOR gate. The XOR gate will be connected. We are going to connect input carry to the sign and output carry from the sign to the extended to an XOR gate. If the result of the XOR gate is equal to 1, there is an overflow. If the result of the XOR gate is equal to 0, then there is no overflow. Okay. Now, let me tell you, overflow is not the additional digit. Of course, it is quite common that the resultant value may exceed the size of the register. In order to accommodate the carry, we have got an extended bit. If a value is transferred to the extended bit, it is just called a carry. We are simply in a situation called carry, but not an overflow. When this is called an overflow, when the sign digit is reversed, we got an overflow. So, what is an overflow? Unwanted reversal of a sign after performing an arithmetic operation is called overflow, but not simply a carry. Carry can occur at any point of period when you perform an arithmetic addition. Even the subtraction is also an addition, right? So for which a carry is always common. In order to accommodate the carry, we have already used an extended digit. So this is the difference between a carry and an overflow. Okay, thank you.